Hello, everybody, and welcome to the start of Chapter 5 in A Plague Tale: Innocence. We just escaped from Laurentius's farm, and we have a new companion by our side, his apprentice, Lucas. Laurentius wasn't really able to help us all that much before he died, but Lucas is very knowledgeable, and hopefully he's going to be able to help us understand a little bit more about what it is that's going on with Hugo. We're still flying pretty blind at this point. Shh.
Lucas?
Yes?
What does he have in his blood?
There's an old story. It tells of the Prima Macula. The alchemists say it was the first corruption, and that it silently travels in the blood of certain families. But something happened. The Great Break, and the macula awoke in Hugo's blood.
But what will it do to him?
The macula cares for neither good nor evil. It evolves with its host. The changelings. The world. You know, your mother and Laurentius were trying to help your brother.
But they failed.
No. I think they just ran out of time. This is it.
I hope that's the case, because it means that we might be able to do something about this. The thought of an evil actually living in your blood
Hugo,
is
wake up.
still sort of cryptic,
Come on, we'll walk from here. It'll
but a
warm you
neat
up.
If
concept.
we follow the aqueduct, we should arrive at Chateau d'Ambrage before nightfall.
What's that noise?
Nothing.
All right,
It's just frogs, Hugo.
let's get started. We're gonna just take a nice little
He
stroll
seems
along the river.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
We are safe. It's a brief moment of respite.
Look, they're
The only thing our mother told us before she died was to find
Hugo?
Laurentius.
A little, yes.
And
Hugo
now that
doesn't
we've
seem
done
to
that, our next goal
keeping
is to
himself warm.
find ourselves some
he's too far for
safety
my
and some
liking.
shelter. And hopefully once we get there, we can have a better plan in place to figure out where to go from here and what to do next. So Hugo will just keep going. When you get to this beautiful tree with all these leaves on it, you'll see a flower up on a ledge above us that we can't grab
Hugo?
just yet.
Where are you going?
We're gonna have to go up and around to grab that. And there's also a piece of leather
Hugo!
that's sneakily hiding on the shoreline here. This chapter has a lot of really sneaky little hiding places, so you'll definitely want to keep your eyes peeled to be able to get the max amount of stuff. And I would say this is probably my favorite chapter in this game, so I'm stoked to be going through it. It's a bit of a long chapter, but I'm still going to try and fit it all into one video.
Hey, look, I'm a knight.
An English shield. Where did you find that?
Over there, lying on the ground.
Listen, Hugo. Put that down. It's not for children.
Oh, you're no fun.
Come on, let's go.
Do you smell that?
Oh,
Because we
stinks.
are in France,
Yes, it's
the
horrible.
presence of an English shield would actually be cause for concern, because if we have to worry about the English on top of having to worry about the Inquisition and the rats, then we are in serious trouble. Hugo's gonna run ahead under the arch, which is where we're supposed to go, but if you take a sharp left and start going through the forest, there's a couple of things to collect, and Hugo will catch up with us. He'll realize that we're not following behind.
Hey, what are you doing?
Come on, buddy. In this overturned chest here, we have some leather, and then if you run all the way through the end of the forest, we'll see that flower that we came across earlier.
Oh,
And we're getting the flower in this chapter nice and early, which I like.
They're so pretty.
What are they again?
gladioli.
Ah, yes, of course.
Don't you like them?
That's not a good sign.
Hugo, they're flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like it. I think it's a very beautiful, vibrant shade of an orangey yellow, and it will bring a little bit of color into an otherwise very gray and dismal world here. On the way back, if you want to pick up one more thing before moving on, stay on the left side of this forested area and we'll eventually meet up back at the stream.
That's strange. What is that?
Ugh, it really smells.
It's coming from over there.
Yeah, let's go towards the horrible smell. I'm sure that that is going to work in our favor.
Amicia,
But we have
Lucas,
no
come
choice.
quick, look.
Oh my god.
Are they all dead?
We can't carry on.
Amicia, we have to follow the aqueduct.
Yeah, we have to go across a battlefield full of dead soldiers in order to move on. And if there's anything more grim than that, I don't know what is. This image, when you first see it coming up over the ridge, is just so powerful, and I think this is why this is one of my favorite chapters. This is always the image and the chapter that sticks out in my mind when I think about this game.
Amicia, do we
It's
have
just
to
so memorable
walk
to
on
me.
them?
I know, Hugo, but we don't have a choice.
And you can hear the squelching of their shoes as they step
Just keep
over their
moving, Hugo.
corpses.
Come on.
It makes an already depressing game feel even gloomier, and this is also historically accurate, which I think honestly makes it worse, because not only is the plague sweeping through Europe at this time, but we have the 100-Year War going on between France and England. And to think that by the time the plague was done, half of France's population had died is horrible enough. But then to add on top that their healthy, strapping young men that they have left are dying at war is just another layer to how horrible this all would be. And then in the midst, you have children who no longer have anywhere to go, being
Shouldn't
right
be
in the
here.
middle of it.
Oh, the smell. It's unbearable.
I feel sick.
Don't look. Concentrate on the aqueduct.
Fortunately for us, all the soldiers are dead, and there's not really a lot of danger at this point in time. And there are a lot of leftover torches in the area. Despite the fact that this battle looks like it's been over for a while, there are a lot of torches burning.
Ugh. The horse. Lucas?
I don't know.
You can see in the distance, if you look closely enough, that there are rats. Before we really have a closer look at that horse, make sure you come over here and grab that chest.
Oh no! The rats! Keep away from them!
Amicia, they're everywhere. Hundreds of them.
I don't believe it.
So to see all the dead people in this battlefield that you now have to cross, absorbing that, and then seeing these rats literally explode out of the corpse of that horse is just absolutely brutal. I always grab that chest before the rats come out because I don't remember if they swarm towards you, but it's not a chance that I want to take. We're going to need a lot of ignifer in this chapter, so do not be afraid to make a lot of it, because we will be using it. And the ignifer, for the most part, is going to be the key to keep us safe. It's going to light up any area that we haven't already had lit up for us. And the game is really good about providing you with enough stuff that you need in order to make ammunition if you haven't been as diligent about picking up supplies.
There are people over there.
Those aren't soldiers.
We have to get out of here.
What were they doing?
Those were looters, looking for things to steal.
Why?
To survive, probably. Like us.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. People literally risking being found out by the English, coming in and looting dead bodies just to have something to sell is also just incredibly sad. But luckily they ran off. They're not really too much of a concern to us. We can just kind of carry on.
We need fire.
So look above you and light the tip of this wooden structure on fire.
What does Ratchet?
Could you help me with this?
All right.
And then Amicia and Lucas will use the crank to bring the tip down so that Hugo can go and retrieve a stick for us. Come on, buddy.
You're going to have to go through.
Yes, yes.
He's gonna do what he does best and be
careful.
on stick duty here.
I made it.
Good. Now come back.
There you go.
Ow.
Thank you.
Well done, you two.
Paralyzed.
I'm gonna use it to cross over into that little tiny patch of grass, which is really out of place.
What's that? Who's over there?
Into the grass, quickly. He mustn't see us.
Amicia, his lantern.
I understand.
So waiting for him to get a little bit closer before taking out his lantern.
Oh, Lord.
We want to make sure to kill him in an area where we're still able to get through. If you've killed him in a spot where he's in the center of the bridge, you can go under the bridge and go around that way. And make sure you go under the bridge
Climb up.
anyways,
I'll help
because
you.
there's a
Yes.
ledge up here, which has a chest. I've definitely killed him too early, and he's had enough time to run off. And the rats catch up to him eventually, but they'll eat him in an area that's just really inconvenient for me, and I've actually been locked out of grabbing that chest, so there are some rocks under the bridge as well if you need them. And then we're gonna head to this big structure. I don't know what that is.
There are too many rats. We're stuck.
So keep your sling out, because we've got a soldier here. He didn't bring his helmet to work today, which is something that he regretted very shortly before dying, I'm sure. Now we can get kind of a better look at this guy's uniform. At this point, when I got here the first time, thought to myself, God, has it been more than the Inquisition after us this entire time? Have the English been after us? And I just didn't notice it before. But the only thing that they've done to distinguish the English between the Inquisition is just change the colors. So any English soldiers you come across in this game will have red and yellow tunics, and the Inquisition will all have more of a black, kind of a gray color scheme, and that's literally the only difference. There's a tool in a box on the floor, and I am gonna go ahead right away and upgrade my ammunition bag.
This should make things a little easier.
Just because at this point I think we're getting a lot of supplies, and it's not a bad idea to be able to carry some more ignifer. We'll keep ourselves topped up, and we'll still have plenty of room to pick up some more stuff. I'm gonna leave the boys down on the bottom floor before I go up to the top. It's faster. If you bring them up, you just have to wait for the climbing animation for the both of them. There's also a pot up here if you need it, but I don't think we use a pot in this chapter at all, so we could just keep it in our inventory, save it for next chapter.
Yes.
Once you've done everything here, we're gonna go ahead and take the stick with us and bring it over to that cart.
Oh no, soldiers.
Well, the soldiers really haven't been too much of a problem so far, Lucas, and they will continue to not really be too much of a problem. That guy over there is not going to notice us until we get a little bit closer. And if you look up the hill, there's another guard, but we can take him out from where we're standing. He poses no problem to us whatsoever.
Let me help.
Mind you don't get burned. We're making too
We're going to
much
go
noise.
ahead and push this cart up the hill. Lucas is worried, but he doesn't have to be worried. It's okay. Amicia will protect you. There is a collectible up here, and some supplies, and then if you can get the cart in a good enough position, you can also inspect the corpse of this guy. He just dropped rocks for me though, which isn't anything too terribly important. In this chest here, we have some cord and a collectible item.
A scythe.
They're fighting with that.
Let's push this.
Yes, of course.
And then we can move it back down the hill, which I'm sure is a lot easier than pushing it up the hill. Now, there's sticks here. I'm honestly not too terribly sure why there would be sticks. I guess maybe if you wanted to go back to the cart where the workbench was or something, but I think the only way forward is pushing the cart that we're using now. So as we push this closer, this guy will hear us. I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. And I had to be kind of careful when I took him out, because if I destroyed his lantern, he might still be able to come after us if he's able to survive using the glow of our cart. But I timed it well. We're all good. We made it.
The wheels are stuck in the mud.
We'll have to leave it here. Come on.
Making really good progress in this chapter.
Hold him still. Oh, this is proper horrible. Come on, I just want his teeth. Yeah, but still.
We need to pass below the aqueduct, Amicia.
Rats are gonna eat him
The
anyway.
rats are everywhere. Shh. We'll find a way.
Suppose you're
All right, over there, a torch.
I might have a chance if I go alone.
So we're gonna leave the boys here
shit, you won't
and
budge.
venture off on our own
Want me to
to
try?
go get that torch.
Unbelievable. I can't fucking stand these rodents.
Fortunately, the English do not even know that we're here. They're keeping themselves busy with a little bit of good old-fashioned grave robbing.
Finally. Christ. All that for that. What are you gonna do
Trying to
with it
get
now?
that guy's
Well,
teeth out
I'll
of
have
his
to think
mouth.
about that.
And it's great because we have an actual torch, not a stick. We do not have to worry about the light going out at all, so make sure before you are ready to move on that you check around, because there's a few items to grab. There's some sulfur behind that large shield, and then on these barrels behind this wall we've got some fabric and some cord. I've got a pretty good cord collection going on now, which will be really handy when I go to upgrade my sling. I've never tried it because it's not worth it to me, but it looks like you can attack the English from here if you wanted to.
Climb up.
Yes.
But I don't think we need to cause a scene. We'll just carry on.
They've got sticks in their dummies.
Don't look.
Let's ignore everything you see here, Rudy.
Yep, I'm sure it's gonna be totally easy for this child to ignore all the unspeakable evils of this place. This is an easy to miss collectible, or at least I think it is, because I've definitely missed it. If you come
Amicia, there's someone over there.
Oh no.
behind where the hanging bodies were, there's a little alcove here with some supplies and a collectible.
What's that horn?
It's called an elephant, I think. This man was probably a captain.
And my inventory is full, and I'm having to leave some stuff behind. So I've been picking through the level pretty thoroughly here. Doing a pretty good job. I don't think I've missed much of anything. So once you get in here, you're now locked out of going back. We have a lone soldier here who's stuck.
Amicia, he's trapped.
Shh. We have to keep moving.
You can do one of two things. If you want,
Oh no.
you can move the rats towards
Hey, what are
him
you doing?
using the flame
Stop!
and have him killed. Or if you want to help him out, you'll get yourself an achievement and it will only cost you 1 ignifer. Put the torch in the holder once you get to this point
You safe?
and give him a bit of light.
Thank you. Thank you.
We won't give the alert, will you?
The alert? No. I'll be hanged if I knew let you pass it. Go ahead. I didn't say anything.
Good.
I don't really know what this guy's future plans are because that torch is going to go out eventually. There's not really that many people alive. I don't know if he's just going to starve to death or what, but I've done my good deed for the day, so I'm moving on.
Oh no. The torch.
We'll do without it, Amicia.
And there's another very, very easy to miss chest. As soon as you drop out onto the ground, you turn to the left, and we have our final tool for this level. Make sure you grab that so you can use the upgrade station when we find it next.
There's a soldier. He's blocking the way.
I don't see any other way. Damn.
We don't have a choice. We'll have to take him by surprise. Here, take these.
What do you want me to do with this stuff?
Somnum. You see, mix them together.
Alright, so we have another new projectile. Lucas has given us the ability to craft Somnum, which will silently take out an
This.
enemy.
Perfect. Now you're going to crush it on his face.
Are you serious? Lucas? Well, I hope you know what you're doing.
So if you can sneak up behind them, you'll get an icon. Amicia will sneak up and take them out.
Is he asleep?
Yes, for a while.
Thank you. This is going to save our lives.
So the game will warn you that it costs a lot of materials to craft, and it may actually get in the way of your future upgrades. However, if you want to keep some in your inventory, it will help you escape death if an enemy is chasing after you. If you have Somnum in your inventory and someone catches up to you, you can actually throw it in their face and escape being killed. I personally don't think Somnum is worth making at all. You don't really need it. You always have a lot of options to not get caught.
This one
And
seems
it does use up
different.
fabric, which is really valuable when it comes to crafting. At the end of the game, once I'm through getting all my upgrades, I might use it for fun, but I won't be crafting any now. We've got a little bit of a puzzle here.
Will that move?
I'll try.
Very, very simple. We're gonna get Lucas to move the crank.
I'm going to drop it. Look out!
Make sure you have Hugo with you. Don't leave him behind because you will need him.
Get better.
And then move forward as the fire swings forward.
I need you to do this.
I wish Hugo had the hindsight to grab more than just one stick, but he does not. So if you want a collectible, you're gonna have to do this twice. Once you have your
Think you
stick,
can do this? All right.
we'll get Lucas to swing the fire back our way. We can move our way back. So if you don't want a collectible, just use the flame, probably from this brazier here, to move across towards that torch in the archway. If you do want a collectible, then go ahead and light your stick using the big fire when it drops down. Thank you. And move on into the swarm of rats towards a pile of embers in the distance. You should have just enough time to get here and light that fire before the torch goes out. And you have your collectible here leaning against the wall.
Lucas, is this of any use to us?
It's a tool for calculating distance.
For what? Whoa!
They must use it to adjust firing angles.
It's rubbish.
No, it's not. I'll show you later.
So unfortunately, doing all of that, we're going to have to repeat the steps that we just did to go and get another stick. I'm actually going to do that now and just cut it out because there's no point in wasting video time showing you
Very well.
doing it again. So I will be back once I have my stick from the other side. Alright, I am back with my stick. Let's move on. We are very close to being done this chapter. Just a little more to push
We
through.
did it. Hugo did the hard part.
I just want us to get out of here.
Me too. Come on, let's go.
I love the teamwork. Everybody brings something to the table. We're all working together, cooperating with each other. Here is our final upgrade station for this chapter, along with a chest full of goodies, mostly crafting materials. Make sure you've got lots of ignifer here. And it's tempting at this point as to what it is that I want to upgrade, because I actually have two different options. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my pouch so that I can reduce the loading time of my sling, making it a little bit more effective. Now, if I had a little bit more alcohol in my inventory, which is very possible if you haven't crafted the max amount of ignifer like I have, you may also have the ability to upgrade your ammunition bag. And if you have the option of doing this, I would absolutely recommend it over any other upgrade. But with my options that I have, between the two that I'm currently faced with, I am going to go ahead and upgrade my pouch. If I had thought a little clearer
Not bad at all.
before rushing to make a bunch of ammunition, I definitely would have gotten the next upgrade, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. We can still carry quite a bit of ignifer, which will still allow us to pick up lots and lots of other supplies.
Get ready. We're going to have to stay in the light. Let's go. Let's
So we're going to release this cart. It moves very, very slowly. It's pretty easy just to follow it, especially because it's on a wooden walkway.
All right. It worked.
I'm going to go ahead and just take this dude out immediately. And then we're going to destroy this chain that opened up above him and let all those burning bodies drop. Now we're going to be heading towards that big pile of burning bodies in just a moment, but we need to grab ourselves a stick, which is hiding behind this unlit torch. There's also some cord here as well to grab. We are almost home free. Although I'm sure for these guys it feels like it's never going to end. Because it's not like we've had any break in this sea of corpses since we started.
I'll help you up.
I can't. Monsieur, I don't feel well.
What's the matter?
My head.
The macula. He's afraid. We have to get out of here. Hugo. Hugo. Think of the frogs. Remember how they jumped? You were chasing them. Come on, let's go and see some more.
Yes, we have to get out of here, Amicia.
We will. This place can't go on forever, right?
I mean, it can't, but it feels like it will. Although, as you come up on the other side of this wall, you'll see that we are finally getting back into some woodland. We're finally seeing some trees, which is a good sign.
There's an awful lot of them.
But we don't have a choice.
Courage, lads. I know you're tired. I know there's not enough of us. And I definitely know we'd all like to get far, far away from these fucking rats.
So these guys are busy. We can just completely ignore them.
What if it were you?
We only need to get rid of this helmeted guard,
Wouldn't you?
who's easy
Come
to
on, then.
distract using
That end
the
is ours.
armor.
That was a noise, right? I reckon it was.
And he's our final obstacle towards freedom. Once we pass him, we are pretty much in the clear. Oh, beautiful trees. Yes.
Amicia, I'm very tired.
Look, there are trees again. I think we're getting to the end.
Finally.
Before you hop over this wall and beeline it to the end of this chapter, I would definitely recommend making as much ignifer as you are capable of carrying, which may not make sense now, but it is going to help us going into the next chapter.
Go on.
So that's a little bit of a hack for you. If you have the insight to do that, I would definitely recommend it. And then when you're ready, we can run forward and end this chapter.
Watch out.
Hey, what about them? You're just gonna let them go?
What? Hey! Now!
Nice. Love their style.
There's trouble over here. Let's get out of here.
I agree. You guys are very smart. Let's just do that as well.
They're running away.
Ah, come on, Hugo. No.
Run!
Well, we can't leave him behind because that's who they're after.
Let go of me!
That doesn't end up working out very well for Amicia, so we're gonna see what happens as we head into chapter 6. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.